But one day I was walking along Seward Park and there was a giant raucous of crows, and I've learned over time that crows are usually a messenger for something. So I followed them down to the shore because they were all mobbed along the shoreline. I found a bunch of fish that had been half eaten. They're really small, they're only like this big, and they had these little spines stuck up on the back. So that was the first time I encountered these what are called 3-spine sticklebacks. I'm Kelly Brenner. I'm a naturalist in Seattle and the author of A Nature Obscura, a city's hidden natural world. Today when we're here, the water is very clear. I can see all the way to the bottom, but before the 1960s, it was very murky and we wouldn't have been able to see anything. So our Lake Washington sticklebacks are actually quite famous because they are one of the first documented examples of something called reverse evolution. Because their predator, the cutthroat trout, couldn't see them, so they didn't really need to have this heavy armor. So all of a sudden the sticklebacks were able to be seen by the cutthroat trout. So they started to re-evolve the armor that they lost. And that was one of the first cases of documented reverse evolution, reversing to an ancestral trait. So this is where Mapes Creek, that used to be underground, now enters Lake Washington. Until recently, it ran through Beersheba Park underneath a big giant lawn. So before, if you come down here, this would have all just been a patch of grass, and there would have been a giant tube just dumping water out. There were basically no fish in Mapes Creek at all. And so they started to document what fish returned to the creek, and one of the very first fish that came back was a 3-spine stickleback. So although the city of Seattle over time has been paved over and altered, there's still opportunities like Mapes Creek where we can read daylight and bring habitat back to the middle of the city, which is really important, not just for the wildlife, but for all of us who live here and want to observe nature and connect with it.